Welcome to another session with me, Malte Kaup, and Paul Wallace on the exclusive Blackwell indicators.
Hello, Malte. Nice to be here with you.
Thanks for another opportunity to discuss with a professional trader the context of the new Blackwell indicators. Before we go into that, let's have a quick look at the risk disclaimer. Forex and CFDs are leveraged products and involve a high level of risk and can result in the loss of all your invested capital. Therefore, Forex and CFDs may not be suitable for all investors. You should not risk more than you are prepared to lose. Before you decide to trade, please ensure you understand the risks involved and take into account your level of experience. Seek independent advice if necessary. We do not warrant the effectiveness of these indicators. Use them at your own risk. Always important to go through that risk disclaimer to put this into context and make it very clear that trading can create enormous opportunities, but it comes with corresponding risk associated. So let's have a quick look at what we're discussing in this session, and it's great again to have Paul here who will walk us through the 4 indicators that Blackwell has just released for their traders. So Blackwell Global have added a series of indicators to their MT4 platform, and they are exclusive to Blackwell clients and cannot be used with any other MetaTrader 4 platform. And they align with quite well-known popular trading concepts, and we will get into more detail with Paul now in a moment. Hopefully they help you traders to screen the markets and see potential trading setups emerge in real time. They are customizable, so if you want to adapt them to your trading style, you can definitely do so. And they are not available in the existing suite of MT4 indicators, hence are a really good addition to what is available. So that's my understanding of what it is. You've had a closer look at the indicators and how to use them. What would be your perspective, Paul?
Well, Malta, it's for completely new traders. Sometimes it can be easy to get overwhelmed by the amount of instruments and chart patterns that you can learn and see. And so, actually having a few very simple indicators that can be plugged in can actually just alert you to when a particular opportunity arises in a live market. So I can understand that for a completely new trader, that actually can be enormously helpful. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through four of the Blackwell Global exclusive indicators. I'll show you quickly how to set them up on your chart and what it's actually trying to represent to you, the trader. They're a little bit different from what, let's say, the standards. These are interesting ones because they're interesting setups that are a little bit different, and that might just help give you a different type of opportunity than you'd normally be aware of. So if you just bear with us, we'll just switch across over to the MT4 platform there. And
sounds exciting.
There we go.
First of all, how do you get them into your MetaTrader platform?
Well, normally what you'll be able to do is to download them from the Blackwell Global website. And if you have any challenge with that, don't be afraid to contact your account representative to have some assistance. They'll be very happy and glad to help you with that. And what we then have is here on your MT4 platform, you'll have a navigator panel. And under their navigators panel for indicators, you'll see not only the let's say the normal standard indicators, but these particular 4 ones, as well as all of the other suite of Blackwell Global indicators that they are providing for their particular clients.
Brilliant. Let's go straight into the indicators. I've heard the first one is called 3-star break, if I'm right?
It is indeed 3-star break. Okay, what is that actually? What is that actually showing? Okay, well, just before I get to describing the pattern, what I would say is that the one of the great strengths of MetaTrader is that it's very easy to sort of put indicators or EAs or anything else into a particular chart. You can quite literally just find it in the panel and just grab and drag it into the actual chart. Mm-hmm. And once you're there, you can effectively, look under your control indicators list or Control I button and see what you have there on the actual particular indicator. So for these, you will find that you can customize some of the particular inputs, but what we suggest is to begin with, just there's no real need for that. Just basically take them as they are. But as you become more adept and experienced at using them, you might wish to make some particular alterations. But one thing you do have to do is to click to allow DLL imports. That's very important to make it work. And once that's happened, how do you know that it's starting to work? Well, hopefully you should see some of the signal set up, but also on the top left you'll see a message there saying you use these indicators at your own risk. That's one thing that reminds you of that, but also it just gives you a confirmation that the indicator is plugged into that particular chart and working upon it. Mm-hmm. So with that in mind, this specific indicator is called the 3-star break. So as the name implies, we're looking at for a breakout of 3 particular candles, and in this particular case it's what's known as a doji pattern, okay? And it's invariably what we're looking at is when we see sort of 3 of these particular dojis happen at a one after another. Yeah. So for those of you completely new to trade, never really experienced it, a doji is a pattern where the sort of the open and the close of the particular candle is actually either the same or very very close. Right. And what that actually is indicating is that it's indicating an element of indecision within the market. And so if we get a particular, let's say a little sort of a roll of sort of 3 of these together, it's effectively like the market's taking a breather. Market is taking a breather because it's not really sure what to do next. And then what we expect is to see a breakout from that. And so what we have here, this is just pull this up on this is the dollar yen against the dollar against Japanese yen on the 5-minute chart. And what we actually have here are sort of 3 candles here, okay, that where the open and close, one after another is very close to each other. So it gives us an indication of almost like a small range that's happening. The market is taking a bit of a breather, and then what we actually see is that the market breaks out and flies away. And so that's what we're particularly looking for. Yep. So 3-star break is just 3 effectively sort of doji patterns, one after another, and we expect a breakout from that period of indecision.
Very interesting. I suppose obviously a sample of 2 is not representative and enough to trade of it, but even if you kind of also go back to the previous instance where this indicator has triggered or kind of flagged movement, it really, when you look at it, we had quite a considerable amount of time where we moved sideways, and we got this pattern that got picked up by the indicator, and in both cases we had a breakout to the upside.
That's correct.
And this was on the, what do you say, on a 5-minute chart. I think for people, I think the way I could see also that work is it's a brilliant filter. You spend a lot of time in front of a screen, right? And this can minimize that screen time, because once that indicator is triggered, you still have a couple of candles time until we actually get the breakout. So very, very interesting one. I think
absolutely. It's just it's human. The markets are like humans. Humans, they surge and they rest, and they surge and they rest. And when we see these patterns, that's the market taking a rest before it gets ready for its next particular surge.
Yeah. And not surprisingly, this seems also to coincide with the market open. If I look at the time, so around 7:50 on that particular day when this pattern occurred. So I think a lot of traders are also wondering when do we have high volatility moments. A market open probably is always a good opportunity, and if you can confirm a specific pattern in a given market open, that can give you more confidence that a specific, in this case maybe a breakout strategy, is something you want to pursue.
Absolutely.
Let's keep the pace up. So this is very interesting start. I've heard a strategy that quite a tasty name, the Hotdog. What is a hot dog supposed to do?
Well, the hot dog is indeed quite a tasty pattern here, and I've taken the liberty to sort of put it into this is a chart, the daily chart of the US 30, the Dow Jones. But as always, like any other pattern or any of the other indicators, you just find it under the indicator panel in the navigator element, and you can see it there. Hot dog. Drag and drop it in there, but always make sure that you allow the DLL imports. Right. That's always important to make sure it works. and then invariably you should see you use these indicators of your own risk up in the top left to confirm.
Yeah.
And then we have you can see the arrows there pointing towards the particular indicators. Okay.
Great. Now I'm hungry for pips.
Well, you're always hungry for pips, Multi, but that's the nature of the game. So but the hot dog. Well, as the name implies, what we're looking at is the pattern is another 3-bar pattern there that effectively is where we're looking at the first candle is a black or a bearish candle, followed by a white candle, followed by a final black candle. So you effectively got black, then white, then black candle, or maybe you use red, then green, then red, depending upon how you define bullish or bearish. But you can see that what happens is that we have it here. Okay, we have a black candle, white candle, and a black candle. Then we have a black candle, white candle, and black candle. And what I particularly like is to see that invariably when you see those 3 particular candles in a very tight range together, well then what I want you to think about and realize is that a little bit like the 3-star break is that the market is compressing, the market is taking a rest, and it's getting ready to explode. Okay, it's getting ready to effectively to move to the downside. And we saw one here, okay, where we have the first black candle, second white candle, third black candle, lots of wicks there, which is always a good indication of trades being cleared out before we moved to the downside.
I think it's a very good example also to illustrate that an indicator like the hot dog indicator or any other indicator on its own is not enough to construct a trading strategy, right? So as you say, over the course of a couple of weeks, I suppose, as we are on the daily here, we see that the market is compressing, and it's just what this indicator in a leading fashion is doing is telling us something is about to happen, something is brewing, right?
That's right. That's absolutely right. That's what we're looking for. Is that the market is compressing, it's taking a rest, and what we're hoping for is to see it explode out of that, and that is where the opportunity arises for us.
Which it then did in a shakeout fashion, right? So subsequently we get this big down candle eventually, kind of in mid-May-ish or so, and finally we break out to the upside. So I think again, great combination of somebody who trades gaps or support and resistance, and they're kind of waiting for the right moment to identify opportunities. Maybe the hot dog gives us a bit of a heads up.
It does. It allows you to feed off the market.
Still need some mustard and the onions, right? Okay. And kind of in that line of thinking, I've heard great things about the next one, the brick trend.
The brick trend, indeed, right? We're going to switch to this is the US dollar against the Canadian dollar on the monthly chart, which gives us some nice examples of this. So just remember, traders, that you find it under your indicators in the navigator panel. You can find it in there. Okay, there we go. Brick trend. Drag and drop into your chart. Make sure that you select the allowed DLL imports, and then you're good to go. Okay, and you can see there's a couple of green arrows here. This gives us a good indication of what's going on. So what does the brick trend actually mean, right? Well, effectively what it is it's like a 4-candle pattern. All right, so it's a series of 4 candles. The first 3 candles, okay, should be bearish candles. All right, so which could be black or could be red. First 3 candles, they should be in this case strong black candles. All right, each with a lower open and a lower close. The fourth candle is a bullish candle, and it's an indication of a reversal has happened. The fourth candle should have be a bullish candle, and it should close above the previous close. And what we have here, I'm going to show you 3 examples here on the dollar Canadian monthly, which gives us some very nice clear examples here. We have we've got the green arrow to show that the sort of where we are ready to go, and what we had is this is the bullish candle, and if you look, there's 3, and in this particular case actually 4 bearish candles beforehand that all had lower opens, lower closes, and finally the fourth candle was a bullish reversal candle that effectively closed higher than the previous day's close. And that's what we had here later on. Okay, we had 3 good strong black bearish candles, followed by a bullish a bullish candle, okay, that's closed higher than the previous day's close. And then later on we saw, we had a very strong sell-off there, very strong sort of three black candles, three bearish candles, followed by a bullish candle that closed higher than the open. So three good examples there.
Yeah, quite interesting. And where I would put that is into context, that probably fits quite well with a trend following strategy. We have basically what we have is three pullbacks with increasing expansion, right? The third one really pulling back from almost like 149-ish, right? Or 148 something to 125, if I see that correctly. So that's massive. It's gigantic,
exactly.
Right? So that's admittedly, these are monthly charts, but I think for somebody who's looking for overall direction from a higher time frame, that is pretty powerful stuff, right? So we see the last swings are well above 1,000 pips, and people can probably then fine tune with their strategies to find potential entry opportunities, but they get a sense of direction. That's probably what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely, and you're absolutely right. This is the monthly chart, okay? So, but the great thing about these indicators is that they work across all time frames. This was just a nice example where you could see three very clear examples of how the brick trend set up, and you can see that actually it gave you great indication of of where the market was most likely to move after that particular setup. So it's a very nice simple setup that works across all time frames, and as you can see yourself is normally a great indication of a pullback in a strong trend.
Brilliant. And I think the last one of the current set that we want to look at, and you don't cease to amaze me with great titles, is the spin bowler.
Spin bowler indeed. The spin bowler indeed. So I'm going to switch to a dollar. This is a dollar Swiss franc on the 4 hour. So remember what we were saying before. Drag it out of the indicator element of your navigator panel. Always make sure that you allow your DLL imports. You'll know that it's working because you'll be able to see the message up on the top left that you use the indicator at your own risk. And so what's the spin bowler? Well, it's as you say, Malta. It's an interesting term. Clearly there's some. Clearly, there's an Australian trader come up with this, but it shows their love of spin bowling. But here we go. Is that the pattern is clearly it's formed really from basically two candles. It's the first candle should be like a strong bearish candle, or black or maybe red, depending upon how you colour your charts, and then the second candle should also be a bearish candle as well. And what we're sort of looking to sort of preferably imply is that we're looking to expect to see momentum following through. So when we start to see two candles, two bearish candles pushing down, right? Well, then actually, we are looking at there's a good chance that the market is looking to intend to continue in that downward move.
Okay, brilliant. Let me just again summarize this, as I did also in the two other sessions that we've done on the indicator. So first of all, you reminded me that I can get the indicators from the Blackwell website. If I have any questions, I can talk to the account representatives there. And they also help me to understand how to install that onto MetaTrader. The indicators will come up in the navigator list on the site, so it's probably advisable to restart the platform after you installed them, and then we can just literally just click on them and drag and drop them onto a chart, play around with the settings, and we are good to go. And I suppose, as the name indicates, indicator indicates, is that this is not a trading signal. These are indicators that we can use to confirm a certain let's say a certain perspective or a certain opinion of the market, right? If you're a range trader or breakout trader, whatever, we probably want to pick the right indicator that can support our strategy and make it more robust.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right there, Malta. I'd be saying that these here they are helping you to support your decision making process. That's what we're looking at. It's something that when allows us to basically to use the technology to help ourselves, rather than requiring to basically scan lots and lots of charts for lots and lots of time. We can actually use these as tools to help us with our decision making, and just basically making a little bit easier and a little bit more efficient in our use of our time and resources.
Brilliant. Paul, thank you very much for your time. As always, a great pleasure and privilege to have you on and to hear and learn from your expertise. And I look forward to the next sessions.
Thanks very much, Malta.